So I know that you're in these internet streets and you're looking on YouTube University and you're like, okay, how are people making sales with email? Like, is this actually a thing? What does it take? Right now, you're sending out 1 email to 2 emails per month, sporadically here and there, and you have this older mindset, if I can say that, an older mindset of, okay, I'll just send out a newsletter a couple times a month and then the sales are going to come raking in, right? But we are in 2024 and you have to be more consistent with what you're talking about via email. And so popping in a few times a month, once a week, that's not going to cut it. You're going to have to create a strategic email sales sequence that has all of this copywriting know-how and sales psychology linked within it to actually make sales, because the truth is that people only buy from those that they know, like, and trust. And in 2024, we are know, liking, and trusting less people out here in the online business world, okay? And that's just how it is when an industry gets saturated. That's how it is when you have all of these different entrepreneurs or finance consultants or different people on YouTube or sending Google ads, and you're like, can I really trust this person? But once they opt in to receive your free lead magnet, that is when it's prime time, right? That's the golden time. And you need to be communicating with these people at least 3 to 4 times a week. Honestly, more than that if possible, but at least 3 to 4 times a week, so that you can really walk through your process, who you are, and allow yourself to stay in their mind through repetition. Because even in childhood psychology, we learned, I was a psychology major in college, we learned that repetition is how people learn things. Repetition is how someone even remembers your business in the first place. And so if you're not coming in the email inbox more than once a week, a few times a month, just to pop in and say hey and tell what you're doing in your company, those actions do not create sales and they do not drive the needle in your business. Instead, you need to have this right here. And this is what I call email sales mastery. It's just a short lesson on copywriting 101, okay? And so what you're going to do, you're going to make sure that you add appreciation posts into your email strategy. This is really literally when you have a subject line that says first name, I appreciate you. That's the subject line. In the email, you're going to go into why you appreciate that audience, why you appreciate your ideal client persona, why you appreciate being business, and dabble a little bit into your origin story. And then you're going to invite the prospect to learn more via a call to action. So that's number 1. Number 2, this is where you are actually going to insert buyer experience. And so I learned this when I was doing marketing and sales with technology companies like Clever EdTech, right? These are very large contracts. They had a list of about 12,000, right? And so they were working with different districts and they were very heavy on user experience and buyer experience copy. This is copywriting that goes beyond the foundations of just, how to make quick sales, how to get emotions involved, how to do these things. No. What is the buyer experience like? Emails and even your sales page and your website are the first glimpse of what it's actually like to work with you. And so if your emails are kind of crappy and they're here and there and they're scattered, people can only assume that your service or your offer is also going to be like that. And so you want to insert some of this buyer experience stories inside of your email copy. You can do this obviously first through having a foundational sales cadence in your email marketing strategy where you're saying, hey, we're committing to doing 3 emails every single week. Maybe you have an email copywriter on your team and you're like, hey, I'm going to have you write 2 emails and then I'll write 2 emails a week so we can tag team it, right? This is what it looks like in real time to build out your sales engineering so that you can have sales on autopilot. Inside of the buyer experience for the emails, what you're going to do is literally say to these people, to this audience, this group of 1,000 people that are ready to receive your offers, you're going to say to them, hey, I know you're going to wake up on a Monday morning and you're dreading it because you know your numbers and your bookkeeping isn't correct. But with our solution, enter your solution, this is what your day can look like right now. This is what your day can look like in 3 months. This is what your day is going to look like in a year after working with us, okay? And these are the same types of sales mechanisms that I use to create my clients' sales pages and website copy, okay? Throughout the past 7 to 8 years, I'm going on 8 years in April, which is so exciting. But throughout the years, I've written dozens and dozens of website copy, dozens of sales pages, and helped my clients make seamless sales with this strategy. It's such a simple strategy, but not enough entrepreneurs are using it because they think it's too elevated. They think they're not at that enterprise level yet. But you need to bring that enterprise level mindset to your business currently if you ever want to elevate, because you can't keep the old strategies and you can't just stay in your comfort zone and never elevate unless, of course, you want your business to stay stagnant. Now, number 3, we have permission-based sales. And so this is where you're allowing the audience to lead themselves through the sales process. If you are someone who has ever had a sales coach or you've studied sales in any capacity, this is critical, where you're not being the pushy car salesman. You're literally listening to the prospect. You're listening to the person that's going to buy from you to take in information. You're reiterating what they told you and what they want to hear, what they need to hear from you to trust you. And then you're letting them talk themselves through the solution. You can do this in email copy too, because hopefully you've looked at your client data, you've looked at your market research, you have testimonials, you have case studies. And so you're reiterating those same terms that your previous clients would say in the email copy. This is the language of your ICP, your ideal client persona. This is the language that they use. And so it's going to resonate on a deeper level because you sound the way that they're thinking. After that, you're going to go ahead and make them problem aware of what's going on. You know, if you're a bookkeeper, if you have some kind of like bookkeeping software, something like that you're implementing for your clients, you're going to say, hey, you're missing out on X, Y, and Z in a very intriguing and interesting way. And then they're going to logically, from a logical standpoint, after they go through this email and they get to the end, they're going to say, oh, it does make sense for me to take care of my business in this way unless I want to stay where I am. And this is how you perform permission-based sales via email. I hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, go ahead and share it. Share it to your stories, send it to an entrepreneur. And if you would like to actually continue engineering your sales one-to-one with me, go ahead and hit the link in bio at Tiffy G. Rice, and I would be delighted to help you get your magnetic email marketing on track, get your sales page, your website copy, whatever it is you need in this season, so that you can make sales on autopilot. Talk soon.